Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy. It's been a wild past 4 or 5 days in sports. As I said, the NFL draft. Did your team get its favorite player? Do you feel confident the guy that you drafted now can put you over the top? I definitely here in Atlanta would have liked to see the Falcons draft Todd Gurley. They went with a project, which most of these players are projects because, as you can see, in definitely professional basketball and in football, a lot of early entries, a lot of people leaving after their redshirt sophomore year, which means that they're limited in their ability or knowledge of the game. I mean, when you look at Jameis Winston, he played 27 college games. Now, he was 26-1 in those games. But that's all the football he's played in his college career. And when you throw that against someone like a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, who were there their whole time, a lot of your greats were in college long. So a lot of people don't like to give credit to that. But I feel like certain things that you're trying to remove once you become a pro, those junior and senior years in college removes them for you. So if you'd have asked me, I would have sent Jameis Winston back because regardless, I felt like he was going to be the first-round pick because of his size and, he can't make all the throws. But he has gone. There has to be a learning curve, and I think that's why you see so many first-rounders disappear. It's like you can't even remember these people because they're not ready for the league. And the league don't wait. They don't wait. That's the thing. They
Cupcake.
They go find the Julian Edelmans from some little college somewhere. Hey, you want and put him at receiver. And while you're trying to figure it out, he's out there performing. And next thing you know, you're sitting in front of somebody's facility with a faith tent and
asking, can you get a workout? And that's
Right.
the thing. A lot of what they also lack in skill set and preparation on the field, they also lack in maturity and willingness to put in the work and willingness to listen to someone who knows and humble themselves in an effort to learn. Right. They want to go in and be the man right off the bat when that was the college atmosphere. Right. You go to the NFL, all of these dudes are super fast, super strong, and super athletic. You're thinking about your Pac-12 conference and how you were a beast. And this is the NFL, man.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't wait for anybody. Speaking of coaching and speaking of education, Big Kenny, we have Coach Bryson Worley on the line. He's the Gainesville High School head men's golf coach. He's also, Big Kenny, the assistant principal. And he also, Big Kenny, is the assistant athletic director. A man of many hats, or he just doesn't like to spend time away from the school.
You must be Jamaican, man. You have mini job.
Mr. Bryson Worley. Good morning to you, Bryson.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you.
I got a lot of titles. I'm pretty busy.
Yeah. A lot of titles. Which of these 3 jobs at the school is the hardest?
Depends on the day. I would say probably assistant principal is probably the hardest one I'm on, but I like all of them. I like being around kids, or I wouldn't do what I do, so they're all good.
Right, because I'm quite sure the golf players are a little calm, but when the little tough pickup truck guy come into the office, you want to choke him, and you have to keep yourself calm, though.
That's right.
It's okay.
You definitely learn that.
Coaching golf in high school, how hard is it? Are the players? My daughter plays tennis, and she went to the school already playing tennis. Is golf like that? Or that where the player already comes, or do people come to the high school and want to join the golf team and never really played the game?
I think it depends on the school. At Gainesville, school's been here a long time, got a long-standing tradition of golf, so here's the fact that the kids kind of come kind of ready to go, and we're involved in our middle school program and even younger than that here. You may have some schools where kids are just getting involved, and you just have to know that as a coach going in, what's the skill set of my feeder program and those types of things, and kind of go from there. But there are definitely schools where kids are just coming out for the first time and trying to learn the game. It's kind of hard to do in a tournament situation, if you're putting them in go throw them in a match or a tournament. It's kind of hard, kind of fix the plane while it's in the air type scenario. It's kind of hard to do that. You want them to learn as much as they can before they get to that point. But, as long as they're getting involved and getting introduced to the game, I think it's always positive.
Coach Worley, hold on 1 second. My producer is saying we're going to call you right back. The connection is going in and out on our end. Is my mic still hot? No, okay.
Once again, proof that this is a live show.
How would I know that my mic is still hot? Y'all looking at me like I didn't say anything. It's always y'all fault. If y'all remember that, never mind.
Listen, because we don't push buttons.
Because I don't push no buttons.
We don't push buttons on this end. We just, they don't even let us touch the mic. They just tell us to talk.
This is just a prop right here. It's not even going on. I'm still a pen and paper over here. This is just a prop.
You gave away all our behind the curtain secrets now. Magician not supposed to. They don't know that these are empty laptop cases. These are just cases with no screen.
Coach Worley, are you there?
Yeah, you got me now?
Yes, there you go. You've had a lot of success in high school. 7 championships as a team, 8 individual championships. How hard is it to get a scholarship in golf out of high school?
Yes, it's actually pretty hard. The good players are going to get taken care of. I'm lucky enough to have one now that committed to the University of Georgia as a sophomore, and golf tends to happen early, but there are a lot of golf's a pretty hard sport, especially at the tournament level, and there's a lot of really good players in the United States and even now, across the world that are coming to the United States to get scholarships. So it's pretty competitive. And it's hard for those college coaches because some of these kids are late bloomers and, they may go unnoticed for such a long time. So it's definitely difficult, especially those guys that want to go or girls that want to go to the Division I level. There's just such a big pool now, and just not so many scholarships, but it's still doable. And if you set your, sometimes I tell my guys, if you set your expectations a little bit lower than University of Georgia or Georgia Tech, you may end up a little bit better as far as more offers and even happier. So,
Coach Worley, this is Big Kenny. 7 team championships, 8 individual. How many Division I schools like the Georgia Techs and the Georgias have been knocking on your door asking for you to come coach at the college level?
Oh, it doesn't happen like that. I wish they would, but you kind of have to get into the college. The kind of way the college deal works is you have to kind of get in there and pay your dues, and that's just something I haven't done. I've enjoyed the high school level and enjoyed the program where I am and love where I live, so that's a big part of it. But down the road one day, I wouldn't mind maybe exploring that option, maybe in a smaller school and go from there.
Coach, do y'all work out as a team? Do y'all have like some kind of training program,
Yes, we actually do. We work out in the mornings, and then depending on the time of year, what we do and what each kid needs is pretty individual because obviously Tiger kind of set the bar, late '90s, early 2000s with fitness, and now if you're not in shape, you're so far behind, and not just in shape, but moving well and strong, and the game's a power game now, just like a lot of other sports. So, yeah, we definitely have a strength conditioning program to get those guys and girls ready. So.
What is the size of a golf team and the supporting staff? How many coaches, how many players travel to these tournaments?
Typically in high school golf in Georgia, you play 5 or 6 players, and they count the best 4. This is guys. The best 4 scores that day is the team score. Girls are 4 count 2 scores or 3 scores. And I carry 12 guys right now. I have a lot of times I'll try to enter in 2 teams in a tournament. We play all tournaments, and then I have an assistant with me that travels. So we've got a good 14 person group traveling. So it's kind of an undertaking to take 12 high school kids 5 or 6, 7 times during the year across the state and across the southeast. So it's kind of an undertaking, but it's good.
Coach, last question before I let you go. Have you ever had that raw player? You always hear about it in football, basketball, even baseball. The kid didn't pick up the bat until he was a junior in high school, or he never played football until he was a senior, and next thing you know, he's leading some NFL team. Have you ever come across a case like that? A kid never even really played golf, never been on a golf course until he was 15, 16, and then he went on to actually become one of your top players?
Not for me necessarily, but there was a guy at Georgia Tech named Kyle Scott. He's from South Africa, and I, make a long story short, got to know him before he transferred from West Florida to Georgia Tech. And in South Africa, I think he grew up playing baseball or cricket or something. Who knows? And then he graduated high school and just kind of played golf for a little while and ended up getting good enough and earning his way to the United States, West Florida, and then kind of grew from there and ended up at Georgia Tech. Now he's playing professionally. And, there are definitely cases like that where guys, great athletes have earned their way. But, tournament golf, PGA Tour is so hard. You're going against guys that have been playing tournament golf their whole life, and it's a hard nut to crack, that's for sure.
Are you a fire and brimstone type coach, or are you the players type coach?
I got a football background in college and things, and golf too. But I used to be a fire brimstone guy a little bit more. But now I've definitely mellowed out as I've gotten older, and just really try to understand and develop relationships with his kids, figure out what each kid what makes them tick. I feel our coach, my assistant, and I joke all the time that we're more psychologists than we are coaches. You're always trying to little psychology tricks to make the kids comfortable on the course or under pressure and those types of things. But it's definitely a challenge every day.
Yeah, I don't think that Nick Saban approach will work on a golfer. You can't just go out there
and then later they have to come in the office and see you as vice principal. Huh?
Yeah, they better not come see me. That's well.
I heard that, Coach. Well, thank you for calling in and helping us with the show.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Coach Bryson Worley, Gainesville High School head men's golf coach, assistant principal, and athletic director. So you people that don't have no job, hey, take that. We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.